Ben.
Hey Andy, how you doing?
Charlie, how are you?
Doing well. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. It's been what?
It's just been a couple days. Hope you enjoyed the rest of that alumni tailgate at the UGA Mississippi State game.
Oh, I sure did. That game was so exciting.
It was electric, wasn't it?
From the flea flicker to the from the goal line stand, you can't ask for much more of a game from that.
You really can't.
What did you mark? Oh yeah.
I know. I think we lived up to the hype, and it was a great game. You really can't ask for much more than that.
I can't tell you how nervous I was for that game. I thought it was a lot closer than it was.
Yeah, me too. Well, hopefully we'll have the same luck going into Tennessee this weekend.
Oh, I bet. I'm going there right after work on
good
Friday.
Good for you. Man, I'm jealous. I wish I could be up there too.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see a good game, and hopefully watch Butch Jones have his last.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go and get going. I know you're busy, man. I don't want to take too much of your time. Go ahead and give you my business card right here.
Yeah, of course.
It's got my email and cell phone on there. Call me, email me anytime you wish, anytime it feels necessary. And you mind if I take notes during this meeting as well?
How about it?
Awesome, thank you. So, like we talked about this weekend, the purpose of this meeting is just I want to get some insight into Yeti, uncover your challenges, what's going well, what's going not, and see if the Salesforce could actually help out your business. Sound good?
That sounds great.
Okay. Did you have a chance to look at the agenda that I sent you last night?
I saw it pop through, but I didn't have a chance to look at it.
Okay, no problem. Well, let's just go ahead and go through that.
Okay.
Make sure we're on the same page before we get going. We want to see if you've got any previous Salesforce experience.
Okay.
Kind of gauge what your corporate objectives and priorities are at the moment. And figure out how those objectives and priorities affect your position as IT director. We're going to get your hands on the software and do a bit of a product demo, see what we got, and show you how extensive the software is. And then we'll talk about some next steps, if there are any, and go from there. Sound good?
Sounds great, man.
Okay, so we've allotted about 20 minutes for this appointment so far. Does that still fit your schedule?
Yeah, I got a pretty hard stop at 20, so if we get 20 now, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, well, let's go and get moving, not wasting more of your time.
You're not wasting my time. I just want to make sure that we got a meeting right after this.
Okay, sounds good. So, first things first, what is your Salesforce experience, if any?
I've heard great things about Salesforce. It's a great company. I've heard many of my colleagues say terrific things about Salesforce. I've personally never been able to see it or have no idea what it even does, other than knowing that it's a CRM system. Okay.
Well, so you've never even seen the layout or anything like that. Okay. So we're starting with a clean slate, which is good. It's what I prefer. So I'm glad that you've heard good things, and hopefully we can keep that reputation going. So if you don't mind, we'll talk a little bit about your company's growth in the past couple of years so far. I've done a little bit of homework on your numbers, and I've seen that you got $90 million in revenue from 2013, which raised 65% to $148 million in 2014, which raised by 300%, which is incredible, to $469 million in 2015. And in the first quarter, you're already at $191 million for this year. So that's pretty amazing growth, don't you think?
Yeah, those are all very, very close numbers, very ballpark numbers.
Yeah.
But it's been fantastic. I can't ask more than that.
So is that growth expected? Is that your goal? Is that just kind of a coincidence of how the market's treated y'all so far?
No one really expects to grow 300% in a year, but I think we were expecting more on the lines of like 30%.
Okay.
Our brand awareness was growing, and we knew that we were going to definitely get ourselves out there.
Okay.
But it took off substantially in the last 2 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's increased so much, and it's like you said, it's growing high with 300% at the rate it's going.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it's sustainable for at that rate, but like at this time, it's going.
It's a good problem to have. Right? So I looked at your income statement too, and I'm noticing that there's a loss of $40 million. And my question is why? I think it's a ramification from that growth, or is there anything else going on that we should talk about?
$40 million overall.
Overall loss. Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to look at that expense account since beginning of the year, but I know roughly about half of that is subjected to me. It's about maybe $20 million is on my shoulders from IT as a whole and operations relating to IT, whereas the other half is relating to manufacturing and supply chain and all that good stuff.
Okay.
So $20 million is definitely a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
It's been definitely a struggle to try and bring that up.
Okay. So bringing that up in growth, is that your number one focus right now, or is there anything else that's important to the company as far as objectives are moving forward?
Definitely getting the number up is very important. From me and my role, that's definitely number one is raising that money, that 40 million to 20 million, hopefully, bring less costs on me. Because I know when it's that low or that high in the red, that my clients are not getting what they need, because if we can't get our stuff situated, then I know that we're not taking enough care of them.
Okay. So, are those the only challenges that you face as IT director? Is there anything going on in the company that you've noticed that could be improved to better treat these clients?
So, I think the main focus is how IT is affecting operations. So, we have a CRM. It's a little outdated. I think we got it back in like 2006 when we first started. We have like several CRM systems, but none of them are connected. So maybe downstairs in the warehouse has one, but our sales department has another. So when we try and maybe get sales info to the warehouse, we have to manually input it in one and then send it to another, and they have to manually input it so that everyone can see it. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of money wasted doing that. And by doing that, it's just we're not getting out orders as fast because, one, maybe if an order is being typed in the computer, it's one that be skipped over. One, it might be like we missed the priority of the data, so the order's canceled, and now we sent it anyway, and we're losing money that way. There's a lot of things to consider when looking at the operations in the CRM. So that's why my number one goal at the moment is getting the right vendor in here to fix the problem.
Okay. Well, I definitely think we've definitely got some solutions for you. Do you think that these issues are the primary ones contributing to your loss so far?
Yeah. I think with a new CRM system that we can at least minimize those losses as much as possible, and then from there I can focus on other losses that I might be having. But I know that is causing the biggest drought for me.
Okay. So let's go ahead and recap what we talked about so far. We got 40,000 loss. Half is in IT and operations. The other half is in manufacturing and related things. And your objective is to get that 40 down to 20, at least on your end, from the solution of the right vendor bringing you some quality CRM software. Your clients aren't getting what they need, and that your CRM is old. There's no integration, too many steps, and there's some discontinuity in ordering. Is that fair to say?
That's very fair to say.
Okay. So, I think very confidently that a revamped CRM solution would be great for your company. Do you think that you'd see the benefit in doing something like that?
I would definitely like to get my hands dirty with it and see what I can do for me.
Awesome. So what's the time frame on that?
What's the time frame on
implementing a CRM software? Is it next year?
It should have been done yesterday.
Okay.
We did so well at the end of 2015. That's when 16 hit. It's just bam, $40 million lost.
Okay.
So if we keep doing it, it's going to be down to 80 and triple-digit millions. And I won't have a job at that point. So
fair enough. So I think it's definitely fair to say that these issues we've discussed are barriers to growth. They are conflicting with your company's core values, and we quantified a negative impact in your company's profits as a result of this perfectly. So I think it's time for a bit of a product demo if you're ready.
I would very much like to see a product demo.
Okay, so I think I can kind of, if you don't mind me, it's coming right across here. So we've got plenty of solutions that I think will suit you guys in your needs of CRM. Go ahead and start here with just the layout. You get your dashboard, which we call the app launcher.
Okay.
You've got 8 different menus to choose from. This is all from service and marketing to sales and content for your CRM. I think that for your purposes, we can start with the content page.
Okay.
Go ahead and click on that for me. those birds mean it's loading.
Very good
So
birds.
as of right here, you've got your benchmark, your company's goals, how your quarter performance is going, and then how you're performing based on those benchmarks. Over here to your right, you have your assistant tab right here. Every order that you get is going to be channeled into this automatically. So all those many steps that you have, the integration problem, I think is really going to be remedied by that. And that discontinuity in your ordering, I think, will be remedied as well. This CRM obviously has way more features. It's very extensive compared to what you're used to.
Yeah, that looks very complicated.
It is complicated, but don't worry. If you choose to go with us, we have the personnel in place to train your staff and train your company on how to use it to make sure you're getting all of your money's worth out of what you're paying for. I mean, we want this to be a benefit for you, and we've got the services in place to make sure that happens.
So you guys are training us. Is that extra money, or is
that's included in your setup fee, which we'll talk about in a few minutes here.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and show you another relevant page for you right now.
You said it's very easy to learn.
It's very intuitive when you have the right instruction. It just looks daunting right now because, like I said, the software is extensive.
Yeah. Would that person help us with any problems in case, like, down the road if we had
Absolutely
problems?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our job is to make your life easier and make sure that you're making money. and if you choose to go with us, we're going to make sure that every tool resource that you need is going to be available for you.
Okay.
Here's your sales sales section right here. As you can see right there, you can go and put your hands on this. You can look at your leads, your lead generation.
People usually have good success with the leads.
And people, we have a client very similar to you guys that I've been working with for the past 18 months, a power tool company. Since implementing our software, they have enjoyed 200% increase in lead generation, 40% increase in new accounts, and a 30% increase in eventual orders. So yeah, there's your account information right here. And they just enjoyed great success, and I think this is a very similar situation to Yeti right now, and I definitely think that it would definitely benefit you guys very concretely, very quickly.
Yeah, so that definitely has two major things for me. It has the ordering system as well as leads whenever we sustain. If we can ever figure out how to sustain the growth,
right,
we can gain new growth.
Exactly. So it's not putting a ceiling on your growth, but it's also helping you tackle the immense flurry of orders that you're already seeing, as I understand, somewhat overwhelmed by.
Very understandable.
Yeah. Does this address your issues and your needs in the CRM system, or anything else you want to see?
I want to see anything else I want to see. Those are two major things I wanted to see. They're all interconnected. Obviously, I'm sure there's more to learn with this.
There is.
With all the stuff, because there's so many boxes up on here. I wouldn't even be sure where to start. That looks super complicated and super pricey. But you said it's not complicated, so that's good.
Yeah.
It also looks extremely pricey. And I'll be honest with you, Charlie, we're losing a lot of money. Fast and expensive CRMs. I'm not sure if how expensive I'm willing to pay for one.
Okay, well then let's go ahead and just get right down to it and talk to pricing. I think that that would be the best use of our time at this point, just because, like I said, you're going to have more opportunities to look at the layout and everything. But as long as it looks good to you, I think it's a smart time to move forward in the meeting so far. Sound good?
Yeah. Also, you guys happen to do any free trials, anything like that, or is that something that's not supposed to?
We can give you. I'm sure that could be discussed with the proper decision makers and we're in place. But yeah, I think a free trial is definitely not out of the realm of possibility. I know we've done it in the past, and it's always just kind of been a case by case basis. But the account is as large as y'all's. I don't see why that couldn't happen. But again, that's not really my decision to make, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was just curious because when I was talking to Matt the other day about meeting with you, and he said you couldn't come sit down with us. That was one of the major things you wanted to see. That could be something that happened. Okay. A big decision.
Well, I will be sure to get in contact with the decision makers that are relevant in that decision and get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay.
So I guess we're going to get right down to the nuts and bolts here. Pricing. what does this system cost? We have a $25,000 setup fee. That's your installation. That's making sure it's integrated in all your systems throughout the company, and that it includes training. So for $25,000, the Salesforce CRM solution will be completely integrated to your company, and everyone's going to know how to use it. You'll be ready to go for any sort of CRM needs you'll have in the future. Your monthly, it's billed monthly. You have $185 per person. So I know that Yeti employs 350 right now, but I know you're trying to keep costs down. So I think having it for every person would be redundant, don't you?
Yeah, boy, because I don't really think my truck drivers need to have a cell phone on their phone.
Sure.
They probably should be driving the truck.
So how many employees roughly do you think would need?
It's probably going to be in the ballpark of 100. I'd have to crunch some numbers and figure out exactly who's going to need it.
Okay.
But it'd be roughly 100.
Okay, so we can even just set that as a starting point, and we can move it up, we can move it down.
Okay.
It's really no big deal. And so I think it's a good place to start. 100 people, that's going to bring your monthly cost to $18,500 per month. Is that in the budget so far? Is that too much, or?
I'm not sure if it's. I don't think it's too much. It's roughly in the ballpark of what I wanted to spend. It's actually cheaper than I thought it was going to be. But like I said, Matt, I'm a decision maker on this. Mm-hmm. Matt, like I told you on Saturday, has a big influence, and he couldn't be with you yesterday. But I'd really like for him to see the demo that you showed me.
Sure.
And kind of have him play around a little bit.
Okay.
As well as go over numbers with him a little bit.
Okay.
And it's coming out of my budget,
right.
But he has the final say to make sure that that's what he wants.
Well, let me go ahead and leave you with, as far as pricing is concerned, the benefits that we think that this company can, or this Salesforce can bring to your company. Like I said, it's bringing in, for Power Tools, it's bringing in 30% more orders. As we talked about, you're losing 5%. So not only are you going to make up that 5%, then you're going to add an extra 25% in orders, more than likely, as well as the ability to grow the company. I know you're in the red right now, but even with those orders alone, I really think that you're going to be able to get to the green and get so
I'm going to have more orders once I'm able to figure out how to create new orders.
Exactly. You'll be able to create new orders. You'll be able to generate new leads. You'll be able to handle the orders that you're already getting, and you're going to be able to remedy that problem of these orders you're getting maybe falling through the cracks or not reaching closure just because the company wasn't prepared to handle it.
I'm definitely sure Matt and I would like to see that, especially in the free trial. You said that you're going to see it, that could see something that could be arranged.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what I can do now is leave you with a copy of the pricing structure and any other agreement-related matters right here. If you want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
That's yours to keep. You can give that to
This is the sales agreement, right?
Sales agreement and all the benefits and stuff that we're willing to do for you guys and what's included with what you're paying. So I guess that's the only thing stopping us from doing business today.
Yeah, that's the only thing is that I need to make sure everyone's on board with this.
Okay.
It's a big decision.
It is. But I'm confident it'll be a good one for your company.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get out of your hair and head into the administrative department and set up a meeting for next week, maybe around Tuesday. See if I can find a time that fits with both your calendar
Dolores,
and
my receptionist, there's got both on my calendar and Matt's calendar.
So I'm willing to rearrange my schedule to see whatever works, and then I'll just be back then, and I'll go ahead and get the information for that free trial.
Okay, I would definitely prefer anytime on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's about my two easy days next week. So if Matt has something similar anytime, that would be best for both. That's for me.
Well, that's our next step then, and I can't tell you much. I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, no problem. It was good. It's good seeing you again.
Absolutely. Well, see you soon, and I'll just look forward to next week.
All right, Charlie.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell Dolores I said hi on the way out.